Resentment is a complex emotion that often arises when we feel wronged or mistreated. It can linger for years, quietly affecting our mood, relationships, and even our physical health. Before we can let go of resentment, it's important to understand what it is and how it manifests in our lives. Sometimes resentment is obvious, but other times it hides beneath the surface, showing up as irritability or withdrawal. Recognizing resentment is the first step toward healing. In this video, we'll explore practical steps to release resentment and move toward a more peaceful, fulfilling life. Holding on to resentment can have far-reaching consequences. It can cloud our judgment, make us less trusting, and even lead to chronic stress. Over time, these feelings can damage our relationships with others and with ourselves. We may find it difficult to enjoy the present moment or to connect deeply with people we care about. Understanding the impact of resentment helps motivate us to take steps toward letting go. By acknowledging how resentment affects our lives, we can begin to see the value in releasing it and making space for more positive emotions. The journey to letting go of resentment begins with self-awareness. Take a moment to notice how you feel when you think about the person or situation that hurt you. Are you tense, angry, or sad? Naming your emotions can help you process them more effectively. Sometimes we try to suppress our feelings, but acknowledging them is a crucial step in healing. By recognizing and accepting your emotions, you give yourself permission to move forward rather than staying stuck in the past. Acceptance doesn't mean approving of what happened or letting someone off the hook. Instead, it's about acknowledging that the past cannot be changed. When we accept the reality of a situation, we stop fighting against it and start focusing on what we can control our response. Acceptance is a powerful step toward letting go of resentment because it shifts our energy from blame to growth. It allows us to reclaim our power and move forward with intention. Letting go of resentment often requires us to be gentle with ourselves. Practicing self-compassion means treating yourself with the same kindness you would offer a friend. Remind yourself that it's okay to feel hurt and that healing takes time. Self-compassion helps soften the grip of resentment and opens the door to forgiveness. When we are kind to ourselves, we create a safe space for emotional growth and transformation. Sometimes, resentment lingers because we focus only on our own pain. Taking a moment to consider the other person's perspective can help. This doesn't excuse their behavior, but it can provide context and reduce the intensity of our feelings. Maybe the person who hurt you was acting out of their own pain or limitations. Understanding their motives can help you see the situation in a new light and make it easier to let go. Letting go of resentment doesn't mean you have to tolerate harmful behavior. Setting healthy boundaries is essential for protecting your well-being. Decide what you are and aren't willing to accept in your relationships. Communicate your needs clearly and assertively. Boundaries help you feel safe and respected, making it easier to release resentment and build healthier connections moving forward. Bottling up resentment can make it grow stronger over time. Finding a healthy way to express your feelings is important. You might talk to a trusted friend, write in a journal, or even speak directly to the person involved if it feels safe. Expressing your emotions helps you process them and prevents them from festering. Remember, the goal isn't to blame, but to release what's weighing you down. Letting go of resentment can be challenging, and you don't have to do it alone. Reaching out for support from friends, family, or a professional can make a big difference. Sometimes, just having someone listen can help you gain perspective and feel less isolated. Support systems provide encouragement and accountability as you work through your emotions and move toward healing. Forgiveness is often misunderstood. It doesn't mean forgetting or excusing what happened. Instead, it's about freeing yourself from the burden of resentment. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself, allowing you to move forward without carrying the weight of past hurts. It can take time, and that's okay. Each step you take toward forgiveness is a step toward greater peace and freedom. Resentment often comes from a desire to control outcomes or other people's actions. Letting go means accepting that we can't change the past or force others to act differently. Focus on what you can control, your own thoughts, feelings, and actions. This shift in perspective empowers you to release resentment and embrace a sense of freedom. Practicing mindfulness can help you stay grounded in the present moment, rather than dwelling on past hurts. Mindfulness involves paying attention to your thoughts and feelings without judgment. When you notice resentment arising, gently bring your focus back to the here and now. Over time, mindfulness can reduce the power of negative emotions and help you cultivate inner peace. Focusing on gratitude can shift your perspective from what's missing or hurtful to what's positive in your life. Try keeping a gratitude journal, listing things you appreciate each day. This practice can help balance negative emotions and remind you of the good that exists even during difficult times. Gratitude makes it easier to let go of resentment and embrace a more hopeful outlook. Sometimes, the stories we tell ourselves about a situation can fuel resentment. Try to reframe your narrative by looking for lessons or growth opportunities in the experience. Ask yourself what you've learned or how you've become stronger as a result. Reframing helps you move from a place of victimhood to empowerment, making it easier to let go of lingering resentment. Creating a personal ritual can symbolize your intention to release resentment. This might involve writing a letter you never send, meditating, or performing a symbolic act like letting go of a stone. Rituals can provide closure and help you mark the transition from holding on to letting go. Choose a ritual that feels meaningful to you and use it as a tool for healing. Healing from resentment is a process that unfolds over time. It's normal to have setbacks or to feel old emotions resurface. Be patient with yourself and recognize that progress isn't always linear. Trust that with consistent effort and self-care, the intensity of resentment will fade, making room for new experiences and emotions. Every emotion, even resentment, can teach us something valuable. Reflect on what your resentment reveals about your needs, boundaries, or values. Use this insight to make positive changes in your life and relationships. When you view resentment as a teacher, it becomes easier to let go and grow from the experience. As you work to let go of resentment, try to replace it with compassion for yourself and for others. Compassion doesn't mean ignoring your own needs, but it does involve recognizing the shared humanity in all of us. When you approach situations with compassion, you create space for understanding, healing, and deeper connection. Changing your perspective can dramatically alter how you experience resentment. Try to see the bigger picture and recognize that everyone makes mistakes. Sometimes, what feels personal isn't about you at all. By broadening your perspective, you can reduce the emotional charge of resentment and move toward acceptance. Letting go of resentment is ultimately a choice you make for your own well-being. It's not always easy, but it is possible. Remind yourself that you have the power to choose how you respond to life's challenges. Each time you choose to let go, you reclaim a bit more of your peace and happiness. Developing emotional resilience can help you handle future hurts without falling into resentment. Resilience is about bouncing back from adversity and maintaining your sense of self-worth. Practice self-care, seek support, and remember your strengths. The more resilient you become, the easier it is to let go of negative emotions and move forward. One way to move past resentment is to focus on creating new, positive memories. Engage in activities that bring you joy and connect you with others. New experiences can help shift your focus away from past hurts and remind you that life is full of possibilities. The more you invest in the present, the less power resentment holds over you. Taking care of your physical, emotional, and mental health is essential when working through resentment. Make time for rest, nourishment, and activities that recharge you. Self-care isn't selfish, it's a necessary foundation for healing. When you prioritize your well-being, you strengthen your ability to let go and move forward. Unmet expectations can be a major source of resentment. Reflect on whether your expectations were realistic or fair. Sometimes, adjusting your expectations can help you release disappointment and resentment. Focus on accepting people and situations as they are, rather than how you wish they would be. Allowing yourself to be vulnerable can be scary, but it's often necessary for healing. Sharing your feelings with someone you trust can help you process resentment and feel less alone. Vulnerability fosters connection and reminds us that we're all human. When you open up, you create opportunities for understanding and support. Perfectionism can make it harder to forgive others and ourselves. Remember, everyone makes mistakes, including you. Letting go of the need for perfection allows you to accept flaws and move forward with greater compassion. Embrace your humanity and the humanity of others as you work to release resentment. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. Practicing empathy can help dissolve resentment by bridging the gap between you and the person who hurt you. Try to imagine their perspective and what they might have been experiencing. Empathy fosters understanding and can make forgiveness feel more attainable. Sometimes we hold on to resentment because we keep replaying the story of what happened. Notice when you're caught in this cycle and gently redirect your focus. Remind yourself that you have the power to write a new story, one that's centered on healing and growth rather than pain. Letting go of resentment brings many benefits. You may notice improved mood, better relationships, and increased energy. Releasing resentment frees up mental and emotional space for joy, creativity, and connection. The more you let go, the more you can embrace the fullness of life. Every step you take toward letting go of resentment is worth celebrating. Acknowledge your efforts and the progress you've made, no matter how small. Celebrating your growth reinforces positive change and motivates you to keep moving forward. Remember, healing is a journey, not a destination. Letting go of resentment is an ongoing process. There may be times when old feelings resurface, and that's okay. Stay committed to your healing journey by practicing the tools and strategies that work for you. Over time, your commitment will pay off, and you'll find it easier to maintain peace and balance. As you learn to let go of resentment, you may find yourself in a position to support others on their healing journeys. Share your experiences and offer encouragement, but remember that everyone's path is unique. By helping others, you reinforce your own growth and contribute to a more compassionate world. Sometimes resentment can feel overwhelming or deeply rooted. If you find it difficult to let go on your own, consider seeking help from a therapist or counselor. Professional support can provide new tools and perspectives, making the healing process more manageable. Remember, asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Letting go of resentment is about more than just releasing the past. It's about creating a brighter future. As you move forward, focus on the possibilities that lie ahead. Embrace new experiences, relationships, and opportunities for growth. The more you look forward, the less power the past holds over you. Resentment can erode trust, both in others and in yourself. Rebuilding trust takes time and consistent effort. Start by honoring your own boundaries and commitments. Gradually, as you experience positive interactions, trust will begin to grow again. Be patient with yourself and others as you rebuild this essential foundation. Letting go of resentment isn't just a one-time event. It's a practice you can incorporate into daily life. Notice when small resentments arise and address them before they grow. Use the tools you've learned to process your emotions and maintain your peace. Over time, letting go will become a natural part of your routine. Releasing resentment brings a sense of freedom and lightness. You may notice that you have more energy, creativity, and joy. The burdens of the past no longer weigh you down, and you're able to approach life with renewed enthusiasm. Celebrate this newfound freedom and use it to pursue your goals and dreams. The process of letting go of resentment can lead to profound self-discovery. As you release old hurts, you may uncover new strengths, passions, and values. Use this opportunity to get to know yourself better and to align your life with what truly matters to you. Letting go of resentment can transform your relationships. As you release old grudges, you make space for deeper connection, trust, and intimacy. Healthy relationships are built on forgiveness and understanding. By letting go, you create the foundation for more meaningful and fulfilling connections. When you let go of resentment, you open yourself up to new possibilities for the future. You're no longer held back by past hurts and can pursue your goals with clarity and confidence. Letting go is an investment in your future happiness and success. Resentment can erode your sense of self-worth. As you let go, you reaffirm your value and your right to happiness. Remember that you deserve peace and fulfillment, regardless of what happened in the past. Letting go is an act of self-love and respect. The ultimate reward for letting go of resentment is inner peace. When you release old hurts, you create space for calm, clarity, and joy. Inner peace allows you to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. Make peace your priority and let it guide your actions and decisions. Letting go of resentment can help you reconnect with your sense of purpose. When you're no longer weighed down by the past, you have more energy and clarity to pursue what matters most to you. Use this freedom to align your actions with your values and to live a life of meaning and fulfillment. As you let go of resentment, you make more room for joy in your life. Joy comes from being present, appreciating what you have, and connecting with others. Celebrate the moments of happiness that arise as you release old burdens and embrace a lighter, more joyful way of living. Letting go of resentment is a journey, not a destination. Along the way, you'll discover new strengths, deeper connections, and a greater sense of peace. Remember to be patient and gentle with yourself as you navigate this path. Each step you take brings you closer to freedom and a more fulfilling life.